In a nutshell, I thought we came and we took care of business. We did what we could to control the little bit of control that we had over our destiny. We got it done, and now we know who we're going to play. We just got to go out and execute and try to get a win.
Mike, what's your initial thoughts on having a rematch with the Warriors, a nice Game 7 type of game back here on Tuesday night at the Golden One Center?
No, we welcome anybody that's in front of us. We're just excited about an opportunity to play. And again, you know, situations like this, we as a group right now haven't been through. And so to go play one game right now, that's how I look at it, and swing for the fences, and try to get a win. It's a great opportunity for us to go do it while trying to move on and growing in the same breath.
Mike, I guess when it comes to this win tonight, you know, maybe Portland didn't put out the best product to go up against, but how much did you guys kind of need some sort of positive momentum after the last week and a half?
A ton. It's always good to get a win, especially when we've had a couple of heartbreaking losses like we had in the past week and a half. And so to go out and you know, one of the things that we talked about was playing with a level of physicality at the beginning of the game and trying to retain that level or stay at that level the whole game, because when you play against a young team, if they see the ball go in the hole early on, their confidence is going to grow, and anything can happen during the course of a game if you give somebody belief or confidence, especially right off the bat. So for us to be able to go take care of business and keep our foot on the gas was much needed.
Mike, you've been trying for 2 years to get this team to a certain place defensively. This is probably the first time you're going to see the Warriors since you've kind of made a big step in that direction. How different could that make this matchup with them, and what do you anticipate you guys might be able to pose some different kind of problems for them than you have in the past?
Well, we're going to have to defend because they have a lot of firepower offensively, and the firepower offensively has won championships, not the championship, but championships, and so they're used to scoring with the best. They're used to being in pressure situations, and for us, we can't have the mindset where we're going to go out and score 120, 125 points. And think we're going to beat them that way, especially minus Malik and Kevin. So we have to bring a level of physicality to the game on the defense end of the floor, and then try to get easy opportunities in transition by getting stops. And hopefully our defense is to a point where our guys believe in it. I feel they do believe in it, but hopefully we can execute it for as close to 48 minutes as possible.
Coach, I don't mean to drag you into a rabbit hole of semantics, but do you consider being in the Playin Tournament an accomplishment?
I think, anything to get into the postseason is something to be excited about. Now, are we disappointed? Do we prefer to finish first? Hell yeah. Second, yes. Any of that is better than finishing 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. But for our guys to kind of go through what they went through and fight and continue, because we could have cashed it in a long time ago. And some of our losses down the stretch, they were the good teams, and our guys fought. They never threw the towel in, and it hurts. And I'm glad that it hurts. I'm glad that it bothered us, because that's usually when you grow the most. So anytime you can play after your last regular season game, it's a positive. But again, I'm not trying to say, hey, yes, this is the best thing ever, because we wanted more and we didn't get more, but it's okay. We're on the path or journey that we're on. Let's freaking go get it.
Building off that a little bit, Mike, I imagine your opinion is influenced by finishing. I imagine your opinion is influenced by finishing 9th. But what's your overall opinion of the Playin Tournament? It's still relatively new, relatively fresh here in the NBA. Games that didn't exist a handful of years ago now exist and are happening on Tuesday. So what's your just overall opinion of the Playin Tournament being added to the NBA?
You know, at first, I guess I'm like everybody. When they first brought it up, I was like, man, this is it's no good, whatever. And after you watch it the first year, you watch it the second year, and you understand it more. And I'm on record saying this. At first, I was like, no, but then after the first year or two, I'm like, hey, this is pretty neat. You know, I think it's a pretty neat deal. It adds a twist to the whole thing, and obviously the NBA got exactly what they wanted from it this year, with everybody, you know, going down the stretch of the end of the season, fighting their tails off, you know, for that sixth spot, for that fifth spot, and they had some good games because of it. Probably the TV ratings were good because of it down the stretch. So, like I said before, it's a good thing. And not just for the team, you know, players and coaches, but it's a good thing for you guys as media and for the fans as well.
Coach, when you how do you view, you know, that the fact that you only have like one shot, one game you can move on, one defeat, you know, that's the end of the season, because that kind of changes, you know, the whole dynamics of the thing.
No, I mean, I like it. I like it because we haven't faced it yet, you know, and that's what's exciting to me is, okay, what are we made of? You know, can we go get this done, especially versus a team that knocked us out last year, a team that has 4 or 5 championships and championship level coaching staff. Can we go get it done in this type of environment? Because it's a different type of pressure than a 7-game series. Because, you know, if you drop one, you still got it. You're going to have another opportunity. You don't have no other opportunity here. You got to go get this one. And so it takes a different level of focus, a different level of confidence or belief going into the game, and for sure a different level of execution throughout the course of the game on both sides of the floor. So I like it, and I truly feel our guys will embrace it.
From what you've seen, how different is Golden State with all the young guys they're playing than last time you faced them in the postseason or even earlier this year?
You know, I know their record probably doesn't speak of it, but I think they're better because they, for the most part, they have the same guys as they had last year, but their young guys have improved. They've improved because they've got significant playing time, and so I think they're a better team than last year, based on them still having the same cast. You know, adding a guy like Chris Paul, who we all know can play the game, and then their young guys getting real game experience throughout the course of the season.
Right here. Coach, having a Game 7 experience like you did against the Warriors last year here, does that help at all Tuesday, or just 2 separate years?
You know, everything helps. And, you know, playing in that Game 7, feeling it, it does help to a certain degree. And it helps because, you know, as long as you have the same nucleus for the most part, and you got the same coaching staff, you know, anything that you go through, you get to experience growth. It's a little funky, a little different for us. Like Keon didn't experience it last year, and he's a big part of what we're doing. So it'll be great for him and, you know, Davion, Keegan to get another crack at it as a second-year player. It's great for all those young guys to get a taste of it, but it does help to a certain degree that we went to Game 7 last year and experienced that for sure.
Mike, you just talked about growth there, and you've talked about that a lot during the regular season. What are some things you think you guys have learned this regular season? That's it. That's the end of the question.
What have we?
Yeah, what are some of the ways your team has grown and things you guys have learned this year?
For sure, going through this year has given us a taste of what it means to play, to try to play at a high level, knowing you have expectations, not just from yourself, but from the media, from your fans, from the public. Dealing with it can be a roller coaster if you're not used to being in the position of a playoff team and dealing with it in year 2. So I think That's definitely going to help us going forward. Having the next man up mindset based off the injuries, knowing that, hey, this guy goes down like Foxy did, and Keon stepped in and we beat a really good Oklahoma City Thunder team here, or on the road, Foxy goes down and we beat a really good Minnesota Timberwolves team in their building. But knowing that injuries should not be a concern, but if we do have injuries, the next guy has to step up and we have to do it collectively. We could be good enough if everybody is connected and buys into the process. We can be good enough to beat anybody. And then the last thing, and obviously I'll have more time to reflect on this as the days go on, but the last thing is understanding that we can win different ways. We don't always have to think we need to go out and make 23s and score 125 points. Sometimes you can get a win if that ball's not going in the hole, and we don't have control over the ball going in the hole all the time. So let's make sure we understand how can we get a win on that given night. And I think our guys have embraced it, and that's what's helped us defensively, because I do think they believe that if we get stops and we win the possession game, we're good enough to give ourselves an opportunity to win against anybody in this league on any given night.